yeah. Tips and tricks on how to get your wife to mountain bike with you. First off, she needs a bike. You know, money is different for everyone, so that's a big personal topic. But one thing I would definitely say is if you got a really nice full suspension cruiser of a bike, I probably wouldn't get your wife a hardtail and expect that she's gonna feel pretty good about going out to ride with you. Getting your wife a capable bike, something that can actually handle the trails that you want for her, that's definitely a big one. Yeah. Next, I think you really need to analyze what exactly your expectations are and what her expectations are. If you have these preconceived expectations of how quickly she might pick it up or how much she's gonna like it, then if you don't meet those goals in your own head, she's gonna feel that energy from you and she's probably not gonna want to go ride as much. Set your attitude right and set your expectations right, but then who's gonna teach her? She's probably gonna learn from you. I'm sure I'm not alone here when I say that husbands teaching their wives how to do things doesn't generally go super well. That doesn't mean it's not possible though. You just gotta be you gotta rein it in and not let yourself get frustrated when your wife doesn't really want to listen to you. It's also a lot to process, so I would say start easier than you might think you should. Like if you're riding double black trails and stuff like that, you might be thinking, oh, my wife knows how to ride a bike, we'll take her on a blue trail. Sometimes it's hard to put yourself back in that place you were when you first started mountain biking. It's actually kind of hard to just drop into a blue trail. So I would say go to where you think you should start and then dial it down one notch below that. So if you naturally think, oh, I know a really good flow trail, it's a blue, but I think she can handle it, maybe don't do it. Pick a good green. There's a lot of good green trails all over the place that are actually really fun. Because really, like, if you have a bad memory of mountain biking, you're not going to want to go back, or you're going to be more nervous about going back to do it the next time. But vice versa, if you have a good memory of that last time you went mountain biking, you're going to be a little bit excited about going again. Whether or not that's being excited about improving and getting better, or if it's just being excited about going out and just having fun with your best friend, either way, it's a win. So as far as like when you're riding with your wife, I think one thing that husbands can do is over criticize and over instruct. I think you gotta think about some of the major things with mountain biking technique wise that you want to explain to your wife. Give her the information ahead of time, see how much of that she can process. But then while you're riding with her, I think you really gotta be really selective with what you want to relay to her while you're riding, because she can't, like, you don't want to information overload the person that's learning how to ride. What do you think? Information overload?
Oh, yeah.
No bueno?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, pick one, pick two, maybe three things to like kind of touch on while you're riding behind her. And when you're riding behind her, you're gonna really want to say some stuff a lot of the time. You're gonna want to say drop that outside pedal. You're gonna want to say downshift. You're gonna want to say, I see that you're using 2 fingers on your brakes. Drop a finger. drop your heels, all that stuff, you know, but like don't overload her brain, because it's just like, it's detrimental to somebody who's learning how to do something. Is detrimental when they're just hearing so much information. Not only is it like impossible to process that much stuff, it's also really, it kind of discourages you. I think it's discouraging as well to hear that much. It's like, oh, I just suck. All I'm hearing is criticism. So, you know, I think just pick like a few things, you know, even if you leave a lot of things that are left unsaid that you feel like you could have said, it's probably not worth it, because it'll be a little bit of information overload for her. Roll it. Yeah. So you took your wife out mountain biking after you got her a nice bike, and she's starting to pick it up. She's starting to like it, but she's not riding as much. Definitely not as much as you. How do you fix that? Well, for one, you could just ride more with her. But if you're like a lot of people where you got kids, or you got, you know, schedules that just don't line up perfectly, and so you might be surprised by how many women's only mountain biking groups there are. There's a ton of them. And ladies who ride love to ride with more ladies who ride. They're super encouraging. Oh, they're super like inclusive. You know, they really love bringing in new people into the group. I've seen it firsthand. Deep in the trees. So obviously this girl in front of me is my wife. Hi, Danny. Danny, woohoo! Danny's been riding bikes with me for, oh boy, at least 12 years. Off and on. She doesn't ride nearly as much as I do. But she has improved drastically. Now, when we first got our bikes, I made the mistake of getting her a hardtail, just like I was saying to not do. Yeah. And what bike did I have while she had a hardtail? I had a full suspension. Yeah, I know. And you know, there were some hurdles along the way because of that, partially because we're rolling into like pretty tough trails, and she's on a hardtail, and she's like trying to hold her tongue back, like, how do you expect me to do this, you know? Well, I'm like, it's fine, it's just a little bit more bumpy. Wow, Danny, you are crushing this. Look at you freaking go. You just absolutely dominated that. Slippery roots and all. Wow, Dan. That was epic. So here we are 12 years later. Danny's on a pretty killer bike. She's on a Stumpy 15. It's got the Genie shock in the back like they all do these days, and it's a really good bike, you know, decked out with Axis transmission and SRAM Maven brakes, so her braking power is really good. It's a decent bike. It's a really nice, and she noticed a really nice improvement on ride quality. Ooh, yeah. Haha, dicey. So yeah, we've talked about how you should get your wife a decent bike. You don't have to break the bank or anything. I mean, every bike is breaking the bank these days, but like, you don't have to go super baller. It's not like that. But you also don't want to go with like a hardtail. Get something that's capable, you know, that's gonna not make her feel like she's got a shitty bike while you're on an absolute baller of a bike. That'll help her feel like you care enough, you know? Yeah. And then I think the next important thing is consistency. You want to actually go regularly. You know, if she only goes like once or twice a year, she's just going to feel sketched out every time she goes. So being consistent, having rides with your wife on a regular basis is awesome. I mean, let's remember, you're riding with your best friend, you know? And how cool is it to share your favorite activity with your best friend and to watch your best friend learn to love it too? She my best friend. She a good girl. But just because you're best friends doesn't necessarily mean that she wants to hear you tell her how to do it every time. That's where finding somebody else sometimes makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of female taught biking classes out there as well, which helps a lot. She also meets people there, meets other ladies to ride with. I think that's a great way to get your wife plugged in into the community so she wants to go back and do it again. So yeah, we've all seen the IFHT films, how to be a mountain biker video, but one thing they never did was how to get your wife to be a mountain biker. I think that's pretty much the best process to do it. From my 12 to 15 years of experience of riding bikes with my best friend, who is absolutely rallying. Yeah. Hell yeah. I almost forgot to mention maybe the most important part. Never forget to load your wife's bike for her.
Let's be real, you made me learn how to do it myself, day one.
I know, I'm making myself sound like a real gentleman. I would say I am definitely your bike mechanic though.
Oh.
That's another one. Be your wife's bike mechanic. Because trust me, she won't maintain her bike.
I'm a princess.